everyone, and welcome back to H Perfect Beauty. Whether you're in a wedding party this year, whether you're the mother of the bride or the mother of the groom, you're probably thinking about what type of hairstyle is going to work best for you. I'm really excited about today's video because I've brought in a master hairstylist. Her name is Nathalie, and we have been colleagues. We've worked off and on together for many years, and she creates a couple of different styles in my hair, and together we discuss and share some of our top tricks and tips, how to prepare your hair, how to choose the right hairstyle based on your hair texture and your face shape, and how to get the right type of hairstyle that's going to stay, that's going to look good for you. We even cover how not to compete with the wedding party, but how to complement them. We cover it all. So without further ado, let's get going. Hi everyone, I'm here with Nathalie, and we're going to be trying to determine what would be the best hairstyle for a mother of the bride or a mother of the groom. So Nathalie, can you please tell me, what do you think, just looking at my face, the fullness of my face, and you understand the type of hair that I have, which is quite thin, and it is thinning. Could you give me some ideas of what you think, which styles would suit me?
Well, I feel that you need something off your face to open you up.
Yes.
And when I do this, you can really see it.
Yes.
A little bit of hair is okay down here. We've put your hair up before and it looks amazing.
Nathalie did my hair for my niece's wedding last August, and it was really pretty. I really liked it.
And it also depends what you're wearing. So what are you going to be wearing, Vicky?
I'm just going to be wearing quite a plain dress. It's going to have just little straps with a little jacket, and it's just a neutral color.
Okay, so you have a simple dress, neutral color, a little jacket.
A little jacket.
So we don't have to worry about a design in the back to hide. We can leave it down.
Yeah.
And I find like she has a nice length to her hair, but it's fine. So she has to understand, as going to a wedding, is it going to be all indoor? Is there going to be outdoor time?
Let's say it's, because we're in Toronto, let's just say that it's, August.
So it's going to be humid, windy, it's Toronto.
Yeah.
And
possibly rain. Humidity.
Because we don't know in advance what the day's going to bring.
And you know, because you've worked with me for many years now, that I'm menopausal. So I have, even right now, you can feel how warm.
I can feel it. I touched it.
I mean, I'm very warm. My scalp is quite damp right at the back here. So what kind of style do you think would suit that?
So for me, right away, the dampness makes me think that the hair's going to fall really quickly.
You'd be right.
I have a few tricks. If a woman insists on having her hair down and wants volume, I usually use a crimper right at the scalp. And it stops the sweat from dragging on the hair. It gives it that texture on the inside, can have smoothness on the outside, and keeps its volume.
Yes.
And the thing is, with backcombing, you'll reduce thickness at the ends by pushing the hair up.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that in fine hair. I want to keep as much bulk at the end as possible.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think a half up, half down style?
I really enjoy right now the half up, half down style.
Okay.
But I also have to say, what is the bride doing? How is she going to wear her hair? If she's wearing a half up, half down,
does the mother want to compete with the daughter?
Exactly.
And this is something to consider. So you need to understand what your son's wife, future wife, or your daughter is planning for her own hair, what she is thinking about for her wedding party as well. You don't want to be competing. You definitely don't want to be competing. Trust me when I say this. You want to be complementing the rest of the wedding party. So let's just say that my daughter has decided that she wants to have everybody with their hair up, and she doesn't really care what style it is. So I'm pretty much free to do whatever I like based on the fact that, whatever suits me basically is all she cares about.
So we're lucky then in that case we could do a half up, half down, what she's comfortable with as well. How much face do you want to see? If I put the hair up, a lot more face is exposed.
Yes.
I can soften it by bringing little pieces down.
Yes.
But with the humidity, the wind, she might have a picture with that hair like right here.
Exactly.
It's happened to me before. I got married and there was a windy day and my fringe was blown always to the wrong side. So every time we were going to take a picture, I was fixing my fringe.
I know. You and I have worked together enough to know we're always trying to, let our clients know, think about this, think about that, think about, because you don't know what you're in for. We do it for a living. We know what you're in for. So I really I don't mind all my hair up, and I know that I have quite a round face. Do you think that kind of style suits me?
Yeah, well, you want to elongate, so it has to have some up motion to it to elongate, so show the cheekbone. And when you're working with a really talented makeup artist, they can totally modify the face shape.
Yes.
Like they can give you cheekbone when there's no cheekbone, they can contour, and if you're comfortable with that as well, that's another consultation, part of the consultation to have.
Yeah.
What is the makeup artist gonna do for you?
Yeah.
Because you might be doing your hair with no makeup on.
Exactly.
And or your makeup was done first and then you get your hair done, you can see.
Yes.
But I believe that makeup does wonders, and we are lucky that way that we work together.
Yes.
And if we decided to wear it down, I'm sure the makeup artist could make it look fabulous.
And you know what? You bring up a really good point, because when you hire just a hairstylist separate from a makeup artist, and they're not in kind of cahoots with each other as to or synergy with how the end result is going to look, you're giving yourself a disadvantage. Yeah. So it's a really good idea if you can bring in hair and makeup team together, and they work together to create the cohesive look that you want.
Yeah. For me, I'll be honest, my favorite on wedding day is all up.
Yeah.
Because it ensures that the style is not moving, not being blown around.
Yes.
It could be, I really love the half bun. So I basically can do a half up.
Yep.
And then do a little bun on the side. If you even want for the evening, take a couple bobby pin and have half up, half down. You can have two looks. I don't even need to be there.
I love that.
I love that idea. My favorite for mother of the bride or the mother-in-law, future mother-in-law,
yeah,
is a French twist.
Well, that's what we did for my niece's wedding, right?
It's a classic, timeless. We can make it modern. We
Yes.
can keep it sleek.
Yes.
You can have a little bit of say in it. You can have the volume, it'll stay.
Yes.
And I can add air. Not everybody has a nice length like Vicky has to work with. And some people may think this is not long enough to put up.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah. It
I
is.
don't need that much hair to put it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I can always add to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going to go with a French twist? Or are we going to go with a half up, half down?
Do you want the half up, half down? And show how easy to convert it for the evening? That would be fun.
Let's do that. Let's start with a half up, half down, and then we'll explain how we can convert it easily in the evening.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, let's begin. Alrighty, so Nathalie, what are you going to do? How are you going to prep my hair?
I'm about to get started here, and I have this fine textured hair. I need to put a setting lotion, and I picked a beach spray. Okay. Which is from Lanza. I like it because a beach spray is going to be a little bit more drying. It's not so much moisture and having fine hair. And she's going to have a little bit of hot flashes through the day.
Probably.
And if it's August,
yes,
then it's definitely hot. And we are so going to need some texture in the internal to stop that sweat from dragging down.
Yes.
So I'm going to crimp it.
Okay.
So I'm going to spray her quickly a little bit everywhere, opening the hair, making sure I get a little bit everywhere.
Lanza, that's the products that you use. I've been working with you long enough. I know you love them. Now, why do you like Lanza so much? Like, what's so great about it?
So what I like about it is it's all healing.
Smells good.
All the products are healing, and of course they smell good. Oh. That's the number one comment that people say. They like the smell.
It smells, it doesn't smell artificial.
No, it is a natural smell. It's more of a natural product.
Yes. Which is important because we have a lot of female, a lot of our clients have fragrance issues.
Yeah.
They don't like hairsprays that smell too bad, or and you're trapped in a room a lot of times, like a hotel room, and it's tiny, and you've got all of these chemicals flying around. So this is lovely. Actually, it smells great.
Yeah. So now poor Vicky's gonna look really cute with my clips in her hair.
A fashion statement.
Yeah, and I try to make it look as pleasing to the eye as possible. When we're in a hotel room, there's no mirror, so there's no big deal. Then they don't really care. But
they don't
here,
really care.
Can see. I find the best up styles, the best hairstyles at the end are the messiest during the process. Do you find that, Vicky?
Oh my God! I always say it's going to look really bad until it looks really good.
So this gets really hot, and the thing is, if you're a blonde or have really fragile hair, crimping, you turn it down. Don't keep it too high. I have a thermostat on mine, and right now it's set at 315.
Okay, why don't we turn me around a little bit so that we can see what you're doing here.
I'm gonna grab a section, and I'm only doing one row.
Okay. What do you mean, one row at a time?
I'm not doing 2 back to back, because then you're gonna maybe see it in the hairstyle. And when I do it, I also have to remember that some hair has to cover it.
Yes.
Just making an insurance policy that nobody's gonna know there's crimping there.
And again, why would we crimp at the root?
To make sure there's volume.
Yes. For somebody who has thin hair like me.
Thin hair is gonna give internal volume.
Okay.
It's gonna stop sweat from dragging down the hair shaft and losing the curl, losing the hairstyle.
Okay.
In high humidity in Canada, we have, like, it's either like freezing or humid. We don't have an in-between.
We really don't. So you basically did a little bit of crimping right at my roots, just at the back of my hair, to give that, because we're gonna have that half up, half down to start off with, just to give that volume that we need, because I have such thin hair, at the base, right?
Yeah.
At the very back.
Yeah, and now because we're gonna do half up, the possibility of half up, I needed to stop there.
Yes.
And now for half up a hairstyle, we need to anchor them. So I'm gonna create an anchor
Okay.
for your hair.
Okay.
And I do that by doing a little French braid cornrow in the interior of the hair.
Yes.
And this is great as well for the bride, for hair accessory if she needed it to put like a brooch. Let's say she wanted to do it only one side up and wanted
Yes.
a beautiful brooch, but they're
Yes.
really heavy.
Yes.
A little braid in there allows it to anchor really well.
And it's hidden.
It's hidden.
And it's hidden. So the reason why you do that braid is to, without adding padding and extra products and whatever into the hair, you use that as an anchor for the style itself, but it's actually hidden within the style.
Yes.
Very clever, girl.
And I could add padding to it as well. It's a great anchor for padding as well if we needed some padding in the hair.
Got
But
it.
today we're not going to do any padding. She wants to be natural. She doesn't want to outdo the bride. And so,
okay, so let's move on with the products that you're going to use in my hair. I know you want to get a dry shampoo out.
well, I'm going to use the dry texture spray, which is not a dry shampoo, but let's say she had oily hair today. I also have one up, but her hair is not oily.
Yes.
And the dry texture spray has in it the same product as our dry shampoo, which is Texturizer.
So what's the texture going to do? Is it going to give more body to my hair?
More body to your hair. It also going to help absorb the oil because it has the features of a dry shampoo in
So
it.
it leaves the scalp a little matte feeling, doesn't it?
It does, and you don't want it to look shiny at your scalp.
So this is kind of another layer of adding a little bit of volume, making sure that the style stays put, and also helping with any kind of moisture that's going to happen
in the air or in your hair.
And we know that's going to happen with me.
And you can already see it, feel it, the texture. Now I'm touching the hair.
And I have to say that smells lovely too. That's the Lens Texture Dry Shampoo,
Dry
right?
texture spray.
Lovely. So where would people get Lens products? I'll put a link to all of this below.
Well, I have them. You have to go see a professional.
Okay.
So you can look on the website as well, and they are on Amazon.
They're on Amazon. Mm-hmm. If I put a link to you, they can buy it through you then?
Yeah, they can come to me.
Perfect. Let's do that.
And we're going to put that braid in. I'm going to turn Vicky around. Now you're going to see the nice back of her head. And you can really see that texture now, the difference in the volume.
I actually can feel it. It feels really full. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice.
And I'm going to anchor that braid where I believe I want to do the half up for it to end. And I'm going to do this before curling the hair. A lot of time people curl the whole head for no purpose.
Exactly, you're wasting your time, right? Because when you're doing hair for weddings, time is of an essence, isn't it? Everybody's in a hurry, so you've got to be able to come up with fast ways to get amazing polished hairstyles that stay put in the fastest, shortest amount of time.
Every time.
Every time.
Nobody wants a hairstyle that takes 3 hours that could have been done in an hour.
I agree. Well, we've both worked, we've both been in situations where we've had to do hair really fast.
And the thing is, we also are dependent on the makeup artist.
Yes.
Vicky and I worked together before, but not all hairstylists work in conjunction with their makeup artists. I have a lot of clients that come in here and they already have their makeup artists.
Yes.
And I don't know how long it's going to take, what they're going to do. Are they going to clip the hair out of their face?
Yes.
Like some makeup artists are very centered on the makeup. They're not centered on the hair.
Yes.
And a clip can destroy what I've done in a hairstyle.
That's why, again, I think it's very important that you try to find a group that will work together.
Yeah.
That work together. I think that's a really good idea. We've both done hair, because I do hair and makeup, and Natalie does hair. We've both done hair, just hair for a wedding. It was a little while ago. And I'm not going to mention the bride because she's the loveliest lady, but the makeup artist that she hired took so long that I only had not even a half an hour to do quite a difficult hairstyle. It was quite intricate, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was
a lot of pressure.
timing problem.
It was a big timing problem.
And now it's Vicky who's got the cranky bride in her seat.
Yeah.
That she has to soothe and take care of.
Exactly. And I have to be very fast all at the same time to make sure that it lasts. It did. She was lovely. She was amazing. She did not blame me even a little tiny bit. But, you know, she wasn't able to get some of the pictures done that she wanted to get done because the makeup artist was not, she wasn't working with us.
The timing, yeah.
The timing just wasn't working properly. So that's why I do like to say it's nice to have them all working together.
And see, you don't see the support at all in
And
the
then
hair.
I can feel right here.
Feel
That's good.
So now I'm gonna plan, okay, do I need to curl this? Is it a waste of my time? Do I need to curl just the ends? And I think with Vicky, I have a nice texture. With that dry texture spray worked really well in the hair. And I might reinforce it with some powder up.
Yes.
You use a powder product, right, as well?
I really like my preferred styling products are from Redken, although I do love the Lenza. It's beautiful as well. And I like a certain powder as well from Redken. I really love it. So what you're doing here is you're just adding powder into the
right
roots.
At the scalp.
And what does that do? Because you know, we're layering
I'm building
here.
up volume.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm adding all things that are matte,
Yes.
that are gonna absorb oils. That's
absorb
gonna sweat to make sure that hairstyle is.
Not gonna budge in high humidity either, right?
And the thing is, a lot of time people are afraid of product, but it's not the product. The problem is the user.
Yes.
If you use a product according to its manufacturing or what you believe works well and you've worked with before, don't go and use this for the first time
Yes.
on your hair if you're going out. Practice before. And
that's almost like I say to women who want to wear false lashes, like don't do it if you're not somebody who puts them on yourself on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Practice before the big event, because if you try to stick on a false lash for the first or second time when you have a big event, you're going to be in tears. Mm-hmm. You spent all that time on your makeup and then it's going to be ruined.
So I can see, like, I've built up a lot of texture. I can feel that there's not going to be a sweat problem.
And I really like the fact that the top, even though you've crimped underneath, I like that the top is quite smooth and it's going to be quite modern. You're not going to be too sleek with it.
No, I want texture because too sleek
is aging.
Yeah.
Right? We want to make sure that we're not competing to try to look like we're the bride and the bridesmaids, but we also don't want to look like we're from the 1950s.
No. And this way, by doing an anchor, I don't necessarily have to backcomb the hair or backbrush the hair. I might do it a little bit, but backcombing can date as well.
It can.
If it's done improperly.
You're absolutely right about that, yes. Those are Nathalie's dogs.
Yeah, I have dogs and I was about
They're so cute. We should bring them in.
Let them in, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna need my pins to use this. And there's another thing maybe we should talk about when we're talking about product. Our clients sometimes have gray. They might not have made it to hairstylists. We both use cover-up product to cover the gray. It also makes the hair look thicker.
Yes.
Vicky doesn't have that problem that some women have of really thinning hair.
Oh, I think I do.
No, your hair is not that thin as I've seen it.
Well, that's true. I mean, it is thin for me. I know I've lost quite a bit of hair, but I know what you mean. There's some women who actually have like bald patches.
Yeah. And we can see right through.
They may have gray, they may have bald patches, very thinning hair, and especially for photography, you want to make sure that that is well covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the gray is showing, it's shiny. And it might make the hair look thinner.
Exactly.
And so make sure your color is freshly done.
Yes.
Or your hairstylist will have a cover-up product for you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna do the half up before I curl it.
Okay.
And I wanna put a little bit of backcombing, but too much will look dated, but I'm gonna put it in.
Because I love height.
Yes,
we all know this, okay? I used to be a teenager in the 80s, so I like big, bold hair. That's just me.
And so we can achieve that now
Okay.
And also, I want to kind of stop the part from happening. Vicky knows what she's doing. She blow dried her hair in advance.
Yeah, that's a good thing. How do you prepare your hair? Tell people how you should prepare your hair for the wedding day. So your daughter or your son's getting married. How should you prepare your hair for the hairstylist?
Okay, so shampoo, condition. Do not flat iron your hair.
How about the day before shampoo, condition?
Shampoo and conditioner the day before.
Have very bone dry hair when you arrive.
Yeah, and make sure, like, if we can deal with that, but no product of your own, because we need to have control over what's going in your hair.
No serums, no creams, no straight ironing, no putting in any kind of clips, anything that can make
hair
a dent,
elastic that can dent
your hair. So basically you have to look you look quite hideous actually when you first arrive, or when your hairstylist first gets to your hotel or home.
Yeah.
I'm looking fabulous right now.
Oh yeah, you look really
fabulous.
And the reason we don't want you to flat iron your hair is the hair is a round, oval shape. And when you flat iron, you make it flat.
Yes, which makes it difficult to curl.
And style.
Yes.
And sometimes it's impossible.
Yes, it is.
To curl and style.
Yes, yeah, it is. And what about if I wish I had this problem, but let's say I had really frizzy roots. Like, you've worked with women who have very frizzy roots.
What I would recommend is come the night before to me, before rehearsal dinner.
Yes.
I will do a shampoo, a blow dry, I will smooth your hair, and I know the next day will be prepped for me. That's my favorite thing to do. And often when I do hair on my own in my shop, I include that in the price.
It's a really good idea. So if they don't live near you, or
Yeah.
they're not unfortunately accessible to you, they can certainly go to a blow dry
Yeah.
bar and just say minimal products. Like, I don't want you putting in anything weird in my hair.
Yeah.
Just give me a good blowout and
Yeah.
call it a day, right?
I could say put a little bit of foam or mousse.
Mousse is good, yeah.
Mousse is okay, I can handle that. I like the hair to feel like cotton, not like silk.
Yes, me too.
And so that's why serums are not great.
Yes, because they put like that silicone base onto the hair shaft, which makes it that much more difficult to style.
Yeah. And hairspray is okay, is always my friend. So if they want to put a little bit of hairspray, I'm fine with it, as long as it's not hard rock and it's workable.
You want the hair to be a little dirty. I mean, we can dirty it up, right?
Yeah.
But we want it to be dirty. You want it to be greasy. You want it to be a little bit dirty. You want those follicles to be a little bit not too blown up, right?
You don't want it too blown up, but you don't want it too smooth either.
Exactly. So really the night before, the day before, getting your hair done, whether it's a blow dry, you do it yourself, or whether you go and get it done by Nathalie or somebody else, it's a really good idea.
Yeah. And I think you do recommend that to your client as well,
I
right?
do, yeah.
And who wouldn't want to look good for the day before anyway?
Yep. It's all part of the deal.
And do your makeup, get it done. Now with social media, I know as mature people, we're not used to this. I'm working on it. I'm taking classes on social media because it's a big part of hairstyling.
Yep.
But your picture is going to be online forever.
Well, you know what we'll do? We'll put a link to your Instagram. I'll put it up here somewhere.
Okay.
And mine as well. Because we are on social media. You have to be. It is the way of the new world.
And your kids are. And they're going to put you out there. And now your best friends or your frenemy is going to see your picture online of the rehearsal dinner. Well, let's face it. Not everybody's nice. And there's some people you really want to impress. Especially when they're like, oh, did you see so-and-so?
So true. Okay, sounds good. So what are we doing?
So right now I'm working the hair to put it up. So I put a little bit of hairspray in it. I use a working spray.
How about we turn it around so people can see what we're doing here?
And I want to make sure that braid is covered. And see, it's in there. And with the volume I have.
So much hair right now.
And it should feel like you have a lot of hair. That's the goal of it.
But it doesn't feel...
And you can see I back brushed it. There's back combing inside.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel...
stiff?
Yeah, that's the word.
You want the hair to move. Hair now, the modern day, the hair is movable. And I'm going to ask you for a little bit of help.
Okay. So, I will be your assistant.
You'll be my assistant right now. And my choice of bobby pin is brown. not black for Vicky's hair.
Yeah.
And
that matters, doesn't it?
yeah, and nobody wants to see bobby pin. I don't want to see bobby pin. To me, if I see somebody's bobby pin, I think they're a bad hairstylist. Right away, I'm judging. Yeah. And yes, I'm judging.
Yeah,
I judge all the time.
I know you do.
If I see a bobby pin, I'm like, oh.
I know. Let me just fix that.
I just feel that the skill is not there if you're seeing the bobby pin.
Yes. Agreed. And you know, another important thing is you're a bit unique when it comes to this because you do color, cut, and styling.
I do everything.
And you know, a lot of hairdressers don't. In fact, the majority don't. It's a different animal to style hair than it is to color and cut.
Oh, I've taken so many trainings, Vicky. I spend my days at training.
I know you do. I know. But let's face it, not all hairstylists do this.
No.
So you're either really good at color and cut, or really good at color, or really good at cut, or really good at styling. So make sure, just because it's your regular hairstylist, that
she can do this,
or he can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
He, yeah.
You know, it's a different animal. It really is. I mean, you can see what we do to prepare hair. Just make sure that they are good at that, or someone in the salon is good at doing that, or you bring somebody on board, like Nathalie and I.
Yeah, like you have a team that comes in, and the makeup artist works with.
Yes.
The hairstylist. We can go on location.
Yep.
And this way you get to get ready in a really nice environment, the hotel, you get really great photos.
I mean, Nathalie and I, we've done some early mornings, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
We always carpool in together for our
early
appointments,
morning.
and we've been meeting at 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes to get ourselves to different locations.
So here I'm working the hair, and mirrors is your friend. So I like to use a mirror. If I don't have a mirror, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go and look at Vicky. I'm gonna come around.
Yes.
And I'm gonna see, is that volume flattering for her face? Drop a few pieces to soften it.
Yes.
And I think with Vicky needs a little bit of hair around her face to soften it. And most women look better with a little bit of hair. We know in Canada it can be dangerous with the wind. If you don't want to be bothered, tell your hairstylist, I would rather it's sleek.
Yes, yeah.
Just let us know.
But I don't mind a little bit of maintenance. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and she prefers having a little bit of maintenance to have the look she wants.
Yes.
I now have to work the hair. I'm going to work it through. I'm trying to create a little design. I always make those unique. They're similar sometimes, but I like to create a little bit of uniqueness in them. And now it's anchored. I know it's anchored in the braid.
I can feel that.
I'm gonna go in with my curling iron after I make sure these pins won't move.
The one thing that you've done that I absolutely love, and not all hairstylists do, is that once the style is done, you look at it from every single angle. You get your client to stand up, you look at it from the front, the side, the back. You want, because you don't know with pictures, right?
Yeah.
Where you're gonna get caught, what angle is gonna get caught. And that is something to really consider as well. You're not always going to be facing front or side.
No.
You could be all over the place. So you want it to look good from every single angle.
And a hairstyle is not a two-dimensional thing.
No.
I'm gonna turn Vicky around so you can see what I'm looking at. And see, now this camera is my mirror. It's really hard to see for me because I'm wearing black.
I know, and this is black.
And this is black. Her hair is dark, so I need a little skin here.
That's the problem with dark hair. You don't always see the designs going on in them, do you?
Yeah. So now what I'm going to be proceeding next is putting a little bit of curl on what's left. Now we've curled most of the hair.
Okay, we've got a lot of the back already curled.
I left a little bit of hair to show you what I do. And Vicky was like, what about my fringe? What are we going to do with that? And I have this little trick because I don't want to use a flat iron. It's going to go flat.
Yes.
I don't want to curl them. I could use a big curling iron. It would look amazing. But we're always pressed for time when we do weddings.
Yes.
So I came up with this solution. I've been doing this for years now. I use the iron. If I need to smooth, I'll go on top.
Yep.
If I need to give it volume, I open it a little bit. And I lift it right at the roots. I rub.
Great
idea. And then
idea.
I can give it a little bit of a curve. And look at her hair. It's standing straight up.
Oh my God, I look a little bit like Pee Wee Herman at this point.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too coiffed.
No, because we want to keep that more relaxed, more modern look. The worst thing we could do a woman is age her by doing things the same way we've done them before.
Yes, like we did, 30, 40
Yeah.
years ago, where everything was in a tight curl
Yeah.
and looked almost like you're going to the prom, right?
Yeah, and I like to curl the pieces back
Yes.
to open the face.
Yes.
And I don't use a lot of heat, and this iron is open right now.
Yes.
Just to relax the curl. We don't want a tight curl. Even if it drops straight, I'm still prefer that to a tight curl.
I'm with you.
Like, I made my choice, and
We don't want to look like we're going to the prom.
Yeah. That's a good wording for it.
I always say that to my clients because they are concerned. Women are concerned. They're like, well, I don't want to look like you don't want to look like you're going to the prom. I get
No.
it. I do.
I wouldn't want to look like
No, well, we all had that awful hairstyle.
Yeah.
I remember coming home. I was going to the prom and I came home and I ran and my mom was, I don't remember where my mom was, but my dad was actually, we had a pool at the time and he was out with some of his vendors out by the pool. He was having like a bit of a pool party. And I came in like a crazy woman. And I went running into the backyard. I was bawling my eyes and said, look at my hair, Dad, look at my hair. And my poor father did not know what to do.
Well,
he
no.
had no idea what to do with me. I was hysterical. He was like, well, can you do something? Like maybe bring it down a little bit? And I was like, oh. I needed my mother. I don't remember where Mom was, but
You needed
she
your
was
mom
probably
at
out
that
for the
time.
day or something. I needed my mother because she would have understood and known what to do. Anyway, I think we fixed it. I don't really remember, but it was pretty embarrassing for my dad because I ran in like a crazy person in front of all of his vendors.
So now I'm trying to see how it's gonna sit. It cooled off a little bit. I'll
Yes.
stretch this a little bit. Sometimes these pieces I don't even wait till they're cool because
Yes.
I don't want them too tight. And you can see the crimping in there. So now she can't really sweat the curls out.
No, and I feel quite cool right now too. I know when you did my hair for my niece's wedding, I was really sweating because I did my niece's hair and makeup for her wedding day. So I was working as well that day and I was hot and sweaty and their air conditioning wasn't the best at that point. And anyway.
And the thing is, it's an emotional experience when
is.
it's your niece, your daughter,
It is, yes. My
your
niece was so
son.
beautiful, wasn't she?
Oh, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And so the women are emotionally invested, right? You guys are emotionally invested. You want to look fabulous. You want them to look fabulous. You're nervous. Is everything going to be on time?
Yes.
The caterer, the decoration.
But you know what's so funny is that we do this all the time. Like I've done hundreds of weddings, okay? And it's not new to me. And I don't get panicky or nervous. But when it was my niece, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you were like...
I was totally different. It was a lot more pressure and I was a lot more stressed out for sure.
So now I could put a little bit of hairspray to make it hold better.
Yes.
Before I brush. Now I'm going to go really with the softer hairspray, the more brushable one.
What we would call a working hairspray,
Yeah,
right?
it's called brush through hairspray.
Yeah.
It does have a curl memory. You want products that can memorize what you've done. And that's why I can brush hairstyle all
Yes.
the time, brush them out.
Yes.
That's why I say I can put this up and then in the evening you can take it down. There's going to be curl memory in it.
Yes. And that's because of the hairspray or the way you prep my hair or the
way I
combination?
prep, the combination of the product, what we've done to it. You've blow dried it. It feels right now more like cotton than silk.
It does.
Try to work with silk. I've sewn before. I know fabric. I like to sew. And sewing, I much prefer work with cotton than silk.
So explain to my followers when you say sewing, how do you sew hair?
Well, I use a needle and thread and I sew it in. A lot of women are sensitive to bobby pin.
Yes.
They want to be comfortable. It's a
Yes.
whole day. I remember...
And bobby pins can be heavy.
Yeah.
And they can hurt the scalp if you have very thin hair, right?
And also, when you want an expanded hairstyle, the bobby pin brings things to the scalp.
Yes.
While I can sew more on the surface.
So you actually sew in the hairstyle.
Yes.
Yes, I know. She did it for my niece's wedding, and it was a very windy day, and I can tell you that my hair did not move.
No, and especially if you want something a little vintagey with a finger wave or something, the wind can blow that whole thing over. By
Yes.
sewing it in, it's discreet.
Nobody sees it.
Nobody sees it. The wind can't touch it.
Yeah, it's really fabulous.
So right now I've taken the pins out. It's cooled off. She had a glass of mimosa. Talked with her friends. Ate a little bit of food. She's a little more relaxed.
Made sure my daughter was doing well.
Yeah. And we're going to turn her around and I will show you what happens next. Now I'm going to brush it out. You can use your finger. You can use tools.
I really like using my fingers a lot too, right?
Yeah. Fingers are a tool.
Yes, they are.
And once you master using your finger, you can create beautiful things, and fingers will give that looser curl more separation.
Yes.
Because we're gonna put it up, we're gonna make a little bit of a bun here.
Yes.
Now we have to discuss, do we want the bun in the middle, the bun more to the side? And she wants to see herself, right? If I do more of a side bun, I'll bring this to the side and I'll be like, it'll be more like this. You'll have
Yeah.
some hair here. Do you like that? If it's a one shoulder, it balances it out sometimes.
It does balance it out sometimes. And it looks good in photos too. You
Yeah.
need to think about that. If you just have one shoulder, kind of a one strap on your dress,
Yeah.
talk to your hairstylist about that, because the way your hair looks and whatever side you end up going with will make a difference in balancing off that look in photos.
And right now, what I would do to her, for her, I would grab my mirror and be like, okay, look at it, half up, half down. Do you like this?
All right, now we're gonna go and put this up. All right.
What have we decided? Are we gonna do it to the side a little bit or right in the middle? Like what?
Maybe a little bit to the side.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna bring this over here. And sometimes they like it draping over one shoulder.
Yes.
Sometimes I do like, I bring one side up and I show them and they're like, oh, let's leave it like this. I really like this.
I do that as well. It's sometimes what you think you want and what actually works are two different things, right?
Yeah, so you wanna make sure you do something and then you're consulting with the client on what looks good on them, what feels good. And I'm pretty sure these bobby pins feel really secure. What do you think, Vicky?
They do.
And I always ask my client, do these pins feel secure for you? Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Do you feel that it's gonna fall apart? Because it might be strong, but they feel like it's gonna fall apart.
This is true. Yes.
And they're not confident and they're gonna be worried.
Yes.
I don't want people not confident and be worried.
Agreed. So you know I love bobby pins.
Yeah, it creates the confidence. Vicky uses a lot of bobby pins.
Yes, I do.
can too. I can get obsessive.
I tend to want to make sure that that style is not going to, you know, it's going to last you for a year if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can sleep on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like to make sure the bobby pins are locked together.
Yeah, I could feel that's what you were doing there.
Yeah, I was locking it. It's challenging. Another thing is if it hurts, tell me right now.
Right away.
Right away, because
If you wait.
I won't know what bobby pin is
Yeah,
hurting.
you've got to say, ow, that hurts right
Yeah.
away so that it can be adjusted. If you wait until the end, it's going to be difficult to find which one is the problem.
Yeah, and you want to know right away as a stylist which one is causing the problem.
Yes.
Because you can remedy it. You don't have to go in pain. But we do say, take a couple Advil before you come.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
Yeah, especially if you want what you want. Sometimes the pin just needs to be where it needs to be.
So we kind of started thinking we were going to do a half up, half down, and now we've decided, oh, let's do it up.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's really hot today. It's windy. It's raining.
Yes.
Do you think Vicky's hair will hold in the rain? No.
Not in a
But
million ways.
if we put it up, sorry, I switched pins on you.
That's okay.
If we put it up, then Vicky has a fighting chance of a lasting hairstyle.
And that's most important. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to focus on my daughter and not
Your hairstyle.
worrying about my hair all day
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
And I'm gonna need to lock that one in.
Do you want one of these or the other ones?
No, that's good.
Am I a good assistant?
You're a very good assistant. And I want to be able to expand this a little bit for Vicky. She has fine hair.
And I like it to look like I have lots.
Yeah.
Isn't that so true? Aren't we the same? Like, we always want what we don't have.
Big hair.
So when I have a woman in my chair that has thick, gorgeous hair, she'll complain because it's too thick, she has too much of it. Or curly hair, or super straight. We always want what we don't have, women, I find. It's so funny. So we should touch base on that, because a lot of times we're getting paid.
Yeah.
And sometimes we know that the style that our client wants, maybe the mother of the bride or the mother of the groom wants, is not really the best style for them.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Do you, I mean, obviously you still have to give them what they want, but do you try to talk them into something a little different?
So what I'm trying to say here is, I understand they want something for some reasons.
Yes.
And I try to be gentle.
Yes.
If I really think it's going to be horrible
Yeah, me too.
and it's not going to work, it's my duty
Yes.
to tell them in a really nice way.
Why it won't work.
Why it won't work.
Or what could happen if they go that route.
Yes. I will talk about the consequence.
Yes.
What usually I do is, what if we do it this way?
Yes.
Or what if we do this way would work better with your hair? I'm not going to totally say, no,
Yes.
this won't look good. Look what happens if I do this, and now look what happened if I do this.
Exactly.
And they can see the difference.
Yes. Yes.
And themselves, they'll be like, oh, I actually like that way better.
And I find that not all hairstylists do that they don't listen or they don't give suggestions. And that's you got to make sure whoever you're going to work with, especially for an event like your daughter's or your son's wedding, you want to make sure that the person has your best interest at heart, that they want you to look the absolute best, and they are thinking about all the elements that could cause problems for you. And if you get a professional who is on the same level and is thinking that way, then you're going to get good results.
When they're comfortable with me, know me, they know I'm really there for them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing this for me.
Yes. You want them to look their best and be happy.
I'm not going to be the one walking around with the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Another thing is, have an idea, but be open-minded. Come to me and be like, I kind of like this, I kind of like that, and that will help me understand what you like, but at the same time, leave it open for us to make the judgment call of what's possible and what's not.
And what's going to work best for you on the day.
And I joke with people, they come to me all the time, oh, do whatever you want. I said, well, I like short hair and gray. So do you want to look like this? Because what I'm doing on myself is what I like to see.
Yes.
But I also like other things. But I use that as a joke.
It's true. It's true. I get that with makeup and hair, though. They'll say, just, you're the pro, you do what you think is best. Well, I need to understand what you envision this looking like. Do you wear makeup every day? Do you like a smoky eye? Do you like a red lip? Or are you more natural? Do you want your hair up? Are you better with your hair down? Do you ever wear it up? Those are the questions you've got to ask to get what the client wants.
And bring inspiration. That's really the bottom line. It's not, you're not going to look like the picture. No. Because it's completely somebody else.
Yes.
But an idea, a feel, like, I want to look romantic.
Yes.
I want to look
chic. I want to look sophisticated.
Avant-garde.
I want to look elegant. I want to look modern. I want to look younger. These are all the things that are important to...
Who doesn't want to look younger? Younger, thinner, richer.
Yes. They're pretty. Now, if we're wanting to put a hairpiece in, where would we put it?
Okay, so personally, I have a few that I chose. Those were given to me as a test from a lady in Toronto. I lost her business card, but she does these amazing pieces, and I'll bring them close to the camera. They are rose gold.
They're beautiful.
With some pearls. Yeah. And I think it's really important to use something that's more modern.
Yes.
And then sometimes you can use vine in the hair. It looks beautiful. These ones are made for hair.
And you want, especially when you're dealing with somebody like me who has thin hair, you do not want a heavy piece. In fact, you never want a heavy piece.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always tell my clients, my brides, my mother of the brides and mother of the grooms. I always say, make sure that the piece that you choose is nice and light.
And the thing is, Vicky and I did not have a consultation on that. She has earrings she's going to put on. Are these going to clash with your earrings?
No.
So that's important. The jewelry has to be cohesive.
Yes.
Cohesive with the outfit. We picked this because it's just so beautiful.
It is. It's delicate too.
And it's going to stand out with her hair color.
Yes.
If I put this in a blonde, you might not see them.
True. Very true.
Okay. Turn you around and see where we could put these pieces.
Alrighty.
And at the same time, they can be helpful to enhance a hairstyle, to bring it out and bring the value out of the hairstyle. Ask her how she feels about it. Are you comfortable with this volume, Vicky? Usually it's always Vicky's like, more volume, more volume. But you also have to respect the face shape. It comes to a point that you're going to end up looking like Jersey Shore Snooki.
I don't want to look like Snooki, though.
No, she's too young to look like that. That won't put her in value. We need to also keep the face shape in mind.
Yes.
Too much volume on the side will enhance the roundness of her face.
Yes.
We want a little bit softness.
Yes.
But if it's really sleek on the side, it'll give her a modern feel as well. Like really tight will give her hard lines, and we don't want to do any of that.
Right.
For mature clients, we want to keep everything, I feel, more soft. Otherwise, it looks severe.
Okay. Yes. So we are done. Our style is all done. I really like it. Let's give this a spin so everybody can see from all angles.
See? This angle. Because the pictures, you never know when they're gonna take.
Exactly.
And you can see the volume and the movement in the hair. It doesn't look stiff, but it is hairsprayed and pinned in.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere at all.
And that's this side view and this side view. And this way it gives Vicky a chance to give different angles to the camera. Because all the time they're gonna put you beside the bride or beside the groom, and you have like a little side shot, and that's really nice to have a little bit of hair.
It is.
Depending on the side.
Thank you very much for joining me today. Please consider subscribing if you're new here. On this channel, we talk about all things beauty related for mature women. Thanks very much, Nathalie.
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing you guys next
It was a
time.
pleasure.
Next time on Age Perfect Beauty.